For years, he was the friendly mechanical genius we all watched on wheeler dealers, turning automotive rust into pure gold. But what really goes on when the cameras are off? What's hiding behind the doors of his personal workshop? For decades, Ed China, the giant of tinkering, has kept his private world mostly under wraps. Well, now those doors have been swung wide open. And what was found inside is a wild collection of rare cars, bizarre inventions, and personal stories that will change how you see the TV star forever. This isn't just a garage, it's a museum of pure madness and genius. Now, forget everything you think you know about celebrity car collections. We're not talking about spotless Ferraris lined up under fancy lights. We're talking about a place where a street-legal sofa is parked next to world record-breaking machines. A place where a love for engineering has basically exploded into a symphony of the strange, the brilliant, and the just plain unbelievable. So stick around as we step inside the mind of Ed China by exploring the one place he truly calls home, his garage. Before we start exploring, you've got to understand why this is such a big deal. Ed China isn't just some TV host, he's practically an institution. Armed with a degree in engineering product design, he didn't burst onto the scene in a supercar, but on a driving sofa. Yep, you heard that right. A motorized couch called the casual loafa that he built back in university and drove on shows like Top Gear. This pretty much set the tone for a career that's been one part joyful absurdity and one part serious engineering skill. For 13 seasons on Wheeler Dealers, Ed was the gentle giant of the workshop, making sense of complex mechanics for millions of viewers. His exit from the show in 2017 was a shock to fans, but it also set him free. He started his own YouTube channels, Ed China's Garage Revival and Ed China's Workshop Diaries, giving fans a more direct, unfiltered peek into his world. His garage in Buckinghamshire isn't just a set, it's the main character. It's in here that the real Ed China, the inventor and mad scientist, really gets to play. And now, it's time to see what he's been cooking up. The second that roller door groans its way up, it doesn't reveal some sterile, perfect showroom. It reveals chaos. But it's a beautiful, creative, and somehow organized chaos. And the first thing that grabs your eye isn't a car at all. It's the fleet of contraptions that have landed Ed's name in the Guinness World Records. Tucked in a corner is the legend itself, the street sleeper, a motorized bed that once hit a ridiculous 69 miles per hour. Nearby, you might spot the bog standard, a fully functional, road-legal bathroom. And then there's Trolleyshopus Rex, the world's largest motorized shopping trolley, a massive metal beast that makes you rethink your weekly trip to the grocery store. These aren't just props, they are fully engineered, road-legal vehicles. And each one is proof of an imagination that just refuses to color inside the lines, but maybe the most impressive of all is his electric ice cream van. After Ed heard that some London boroughs were banning old diesel vans because of emissions, he didn't just complain, he got to work. He spent 2 years converting a classic van to run on electricity, and in the process, set another world record for the fastest electric ice cream van, clocking in at nearly 74 miles per hour. This corner of the garage isn't just for a laugh, it's a masterclass in problem-solving and a genuine desire to make the world a more interesting, and slightly cleaner, place. As we move deeper into the workshop, we find the heart and soul of Ed's more recent passion. This area is all about breathing life back into forgotten machines. It's less a static collection and more of a revolving door of tough automotive challenges. Through his series, Garage Revival, Ed has rescued cars from the brink of death and brought them back to their former glory. You can almost feel the echoes of past projects, like the 1983 Volkswagen Golf GTI he worked on in Norway. That wasn't just a simple fix-up. It meant diving into complex Norwegian laws about engine swaps and brake upgrades, a challenge that shows Ed's knowledge goes way beyond just swinging a wrench. His Workshop Diaries series pulls the curtain back even further. One week you might see a classic Ford Mustang on the lift getting its cooling and electrical systems upgraded for better reliability. Another, you'll find him wrestling with the seized water pump on what he called the cheapest Ferrari in Europe, a bold project he bought even though the engine wasn't running. This zone really shows what Ed's post-**Wheeler Dealers** mission is all about. Sharing his knowledge, empowering fellow car nuts, and proving that with enough passion, no car is ever truly a lost cause. Every great artist has a corner of their studio that's just for them, and Ed is no different. It's here that you find the things that tell a more personal story. You won't see rows of priceless, untouchable supercars like in other celebrity garages. What you find is history, and a whole lot of heart. Of course, there's memorabilia from his career, but there are also clever workshop solutions that were born out of pure necessity. For instance, when faced with a freezing cold workshop, Ed didn't just go out and buy a bigger heater. No, he installed a custom underfloor heating system and filmed the whole complicated process for his viewers. He's also kitted out the space with professional-grade gear and even built a custom bar inside a giant polar bear statue, but the biggest surprise might be the story of a car that isn't here at all. Ed talks with real emotion about his uncle's 1929 Bentley 4.5-liter, the car that gave him his first taste of 100 miles per hour as a little kid. The car was later taken apart for restoration, but the restorer passed away, and the Bentley was sold off in bits and pieces during a divorce. For years, it was like a ghost. Then, thanks to the internet, Ed found out it had been put back together and was alive and well in America, still wearing its original British license plates. The story shows a softer, more sentimental side to the man known for his wacky creations. It's a story of loss, memory, and the powerful connection we can have with cars. It's a reminder that behind the crazy inventions is a man driven by a deep, lifelong love for all things automotive. Right in the middle of it all, often taking pride of place, is the one machine that kicked everything off, the driving couch. The casual loafer is so much more than a weird invention, it's basically Ed China's entire life philosophy in one piece of furniture. He built it to raise money for charity, proving from the very beginning that his creative spark has always been linked to a sense of purpose. Based on a classic Mini, the sofa is totally street legal and has been driven all over the world, even making an appearance at the SEMA show in Las Vegas. Seeing it here, in person, is the ultimate find. It's not the most valuable thing in the garage in terms of money, but it's priceless. It represents the guts to be different, the genius to make something absurd actually work, and the pure, simple joy of building something the world has never seen. This one piece of furniture tells you more about Ed China than any supercar ever could. It's a tribute to a career built on asking, why not? So, what do you think is the most unbelievable creation in Ed China's garage? Let us know down in the comments. And if you love watching incredible machines come to life, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next trip into one of the world's most amazing workshops. So, what did they really find when they opened Ed China's garage? They found a lot more than just cars and tools. They found a playground for a truly brilliant mind. They found a laboratory where the laws of physics and the rules of the road get bent in the most creative ways possible. They found world records, ghost stories about beloved family cars, and a driving sofa that became a global icon. They found the heart of a man who walked away from one of the biggest car shows in the world to do his own thing, a path that led him right back here, to his sanctuary in Buckinghamshire. The garage is a living, breathing place, always changing with each new project and crazy idea. It proves that the greatest collection isn't about price tags or brand names. It's about passion, creativity, and the courage to build your dreams, even if that dream happens to be a very, very fast sofa. The doors to Ed China's garage might be closing for us today, but for him, you just know the work, the fun, and the legend are only getting started.